Hey everyone, this is the Super Dave. Tonight we're going to be doing an unboxing of Saruman. I just got him. This is the non-slim version, so the version that includes the Palantir base. So here we go, we're going to get right into it and get this bad boy out and see what's going on with him. So I tried a couple places to get him. I didn't want the slim version. I really wanted that Palantir base, and ordered from one place that said he was in stock. Then they came back and said, sorry, warehouse inventory was not updated, he's not in stock. So they refunded me, found another place. Big Bad Toy Store had him for a while, and then of course about the time I was ready to buy him, he went out of stock. And then found another place, said he was in stock, and then showed me a picture of it, and it was a slim version. I was like, no, that's not the right one. So did find a retailer in China, I think, who had him in stock. So here he is. Went ahead and purchased him. I've been wanting Saruman for a long time. It's just another one of those figures I put off, or had better opportunities come along. For instance, Aragorn. So did finally pull the plug on Saruman, and I'm really, really excited about this. So there you can see, really gorgeous box. Much like the other Asmus figures, it's a really thick box because it's got that Palantir stand. The slim figures and some of the more recent figures have a lot slimmer box because they don't have those diorama style bases. But these older ones, Gandalf, Aragorn version 1, have these thick boxes because they've got those diorama stands, or in this case, the Palantir accessory. So let's lay him over and get this guy out. I really like that box, man. I like the coloring, the white and gold, and a picture of Christopher Lee. It's really cool looking. Whoops. So there you go. We got the photo of the figure. This one's glossy again, like Aragorn. You got the Palantir and the little base for it, the Tower of Barad-dûr, and the edition number, which 0167. I don't know if that matters to people. Or are there people out there who like, hey, I'll trade you my this for this number for that number? I don't know. It's interesting though, either way. So here's our instructions. Place the marble on the stand. Careful with his staff. Clothing detail. And then the battery compartment on the accessory. So hopefully we'll be able to do that as well. Really sharp looking. Nothing special in the way of packaging. You can see the marbles come loose. It's floating around in there. So let's open them up. Yeah, that's all taped together. So I'm going to get just the whole thing out. Well, that's not even the whole thing because there's more in the bottom. So we're going to set that aside for right now. Wow, that is heavy. Which is, I guess, why it's taped all the way around. All right. Get it all. There we go. Set this aside, and I'm going to pull out. Well, here's the Palantir since it's running loose. Let's go ahead and get this little guy out. You can see that, hopefully. Okay, it's a dark color, and if you hold it to the light just right, you can see the eye of Saruman in there, which I can see it. With my naked eye, it might be coming up on camera. Okay, you can see the little iris in there. That's really cool. So how I'm gonna not have this roll away, I don't know. Just plant it there. Wow, what a cool looking figure. He is got all kinds of plastic on him. So let's pull this big plastic sleeve off. More plastic on his head. I'm going to leave that one to last. I can feel plastic on his arms. Yep. That is taped, so I'm going to have to get those scissors out. Plastic around his waist. I try not to cut the plastic. That's just a collector thing with me. Because occasionally these figures do have to go back in their boxes, and I like having all these little protective items available for myself for when on the rare occasions they do have to go back in the box. I really don't sell my stuff. I make this investment, and I generally keep all of my figures. Some plastic on the boots, which is taped, but not so tightly that you can't. Well, this one is. The other one wasn't that tight, the tape, so it came right off. Except I can't find the tape on this. Oh, it's torn. Wow. It's torn wide open on the bottom. So let's just go ahead and rip it the rest of the way off. Or in lieu of that, let's make a strategic cut here. Be careful. Yep, that one came right off. Oh, that elbow's backwards. You'll have that when you get a figure out of the box and all their joints are cattywampus. Anyway. Alright, so here we are. It's got a couple little loose strings down there. We can take care of that later. Let's get this off. There we go. And the hair's going to need to be probably wet, get it straightened out. But man, that is super fine material. That is some extremely fine hair there, which is fitting, I think. That's appropriate, I should say. God, he is an incredible figure. I'm going to set him just over here for right now. I'm going to get this bad boy out. I'm really excited about this. This is really the reason I didn't want to go with the slim version. Static. Can't get this crud off of me. Now it's stuck to the scissors. Alright. You know what? That's a losing battle. Oh man, this is heavy. And it's packed really, really well. Tightly in there. So this base, you can see that's what it is. It's like a half-inch foam, 3/4-inch foam, just wrapped all the way around. Man, I almost hate to tear this, but I wonder if I can pull it out from the bottom. Nope, that is in there tight. I don't know why if I can preserve the packaging as much as I can, I will. I'm just kind of a odd duck like that, I suppose. So I'm actually going to bother working that out. And there you go. Didn't have to tear it. Wow, this thing is substantial. So there's his Palantir base. You can see right there where the little light will come on when I put the batteries in, and the marble, or the Palantir, will sit right on top. Very cool. So I'm going to set, I'm just going to set that right in front of him for right now. I'm going to put this back, stuff it back down in there, and then get this out of the way. And we're going to get the rest of his accessories out. Really happy I held out or I guess I didn't really hold out, but I managed to, I waited too long, but I managed to find one, and I'm really glad I did. That is a really cool base. Alright, let's see what else is in here. So we got more protection. It's a probably the most well-protected figure I've seen from Asmus so far. So we got the a little base for him. That's cool. Cardstock, you know, pretty thick. To set him on, you'd set the stand right there on there. Or, that's neat. Nice little addition. And then here's the usual stuff. His hands, base, figure stand, the staff, very cool, and the Build-N-Orc pieces there. So I'm going to just get all this stuff out real quick. Try not to make this video too long, and then shortly I'll do more of a review, but for right now I just want to get them unboxed and show you everything that's in here. These are really cool. I think Gandalf, the white, well, no, I can't say that because I don't have any of the quote-unquote bad guys, the orcs or the Mouth of Sauron or any of those. So I don't have a whole lot of Build-N-Orc pieces. I think Gandalf the White, he came with the head, right? So what, like I don't know much about that whole thing. Did they ever, I guess I should get on the internet and look around, but did they ever release enough parts to build an orc? How did that ever work out with Asmus? Was there a body or a uniform eventually? I mean, I know that what Gandalf the White had a head. Sorry. So here's some armor, you know. What Aragorn came with the bracers. What else was there? Anyway. So there's that. Very cool. Very exciting. I'm going to just throw this stuff in here real quick. And we'll go over some of the accessories. So, like I said, the Build-N-Orc shin guards, or I don't know what you call those. So, there's those. Here's all his extra hands. So we got some pretty cool molds here. So you get 2 right hands and 3 left hands, and then of course, you know, he's got a right and left relaxed palm on him. And then we get some of these more interesting. You get 2 grasping hands, left and right. Probably you could fit the staff in either or both of those. Kind of a relaxed hand, or maybe a spell casting hand, I think, if you will. Just widespread hand like he's using when he's interfacing with the Palantir. And then another relaxed, different relaxed, I don't know. Okay, well this is just a plain relaxed. The one he's got on there, his fingers are articulated in a little bit different way. Let's get that a little closer so you can see. I don't know if you can see too well on here. These fingers, these molds, he's got these long old man fingernails like he did in the movie, kind of pointed, but then the paint on there, really great paint apps, which you can see really well on this spread. The veins and the just kind of like skin spots, and just old, man. Just there's a little bit of texture on there. There's really great sculpting there by Asmus. So there you go. Here he is. Oh, the staff. Plastic, a little bit flexible, which I guess is good. You wouldn't want something that's going to snap. I don't even know what you call that. The jewel in the top, or whatever it is. You don't have a good hand in there, but lots of potential for this figure, despite the fact that he's an old man, he's a wizard. I really think I'm going to have a lot of fun and get a lot of enjoyment out of this guy. Real quick, give you a little bit of a close-up. Light's not too great. Sorry about that. And the face looks phenomenal. The paint, the eyes, the wrinkles. I mean, just that old skin texture where it's not, overt wrinkles, but it's just that old skin. The texture on the clothes, I don't know if it's showing up. Yeah, you can see that there. Looks great. You can see some paisley pattern. I don't know if that'll show up. On this, I guess I don't know what you call that. Is it a gown? Is that the appropriate word? Do wizards wear gowns? I don't know. Anyway, pants underneath. The boots are molded. Unfortunately, we didn't get... they seem pretty stiff. There's no give in there really whatsoever. I'd be even worried to try to take those off. You'd probably end up with the foot down in there, if it is even a separate foot piece. I'm not going to take them apart, at least not right now, to figure that out. The detailing in the belt. There's a lot of subtlety on this figure, which I think is appropriate. It's very appropriate. Look, there's even some designs here that fit in with the overlapping star and those geometric patterns. It even shows up on just stitching on his back of his robe. That is some attention to detail there by Asmus. It's pretty incredible. Very great figure. There you have it. There is Saruman the White, Saruman of many colors, if you will. Very cool. I'm very, very excited about this guy. So there you have it, the unboxing and all of his cool stuff. If you need a wizard in your on your shelves, don't pass up on this guy. It looks great. There's lots of potential there. I had him standing up, but now, of course, he's not going to. Stood up this whole time on his own, but now he's not gonna. There you go. So there you have it, man. I'm really excited about it. And that Palantir. You know what? Real quick, let me see if that freaking globe is gonna go. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's what that hand is for. That fits pretty well. Maybe not. Maybe it just happens to fit. Let's see if I can. Battery compartment on the bottom is magnetic. However, they're strong magnets. So use something just to pop that off. Now, I was not sure what batteries I was supposed to get, because all these batteries have different designations. It said LR44, but you know what? When I went to the battery center at Walgreens, they did not have LR44s. But I looked on Google and it said the 357s were an equivalent, 1.5 volt equivalent. So that's what I got. So let's see if this works real quick. It says it only needs 2. And there is no... The moment of truth, guys. There you go. There's a little switch here. You can turn that on and off. I would be really careful with that. That feels like it's really long. So definitely be careful with that. You wouldn't want to put too much pressure on that. It might break or some other thing. So there you go. 2 LR44s or the 357 batteries also work. And that's what I found at my local Walgreens. I'm sure you could find those anywhere else. It sells batteries if you can't find an LR44 designation. And that's what it says on the inside of the battery compartment, LR44s. So let's pop this back on. So you can see where the magnets are, little circles, and likewise on the compartment. So I'm just line those up, popped right in. I'm going to switch this on. Yeah, carefully. So that's on. Set this guy on top. So you can see there's some light leak. It's not really a good seal, and I'd read that. But you know, what are you going to do? There might be ways to correct that. I don't know. So there's a sweet spot in this marble, and it is on the bottom. Where is it? Kind of. It's really. I can't even see it with my naked eye. You got to have the light at just the right angle. There's kind of a clear spot, and I'm going to turn the light off real quick. Maybe that'll help. Is that making any difference? You can kind of see it. I might turn one more light off. Give you a little bit better. So you can still, there's a lot of light bleed, but you can see. And it's much, much clearer to the naked eye. There's a lot of light coming through that palantir. And I just can't get that to show up. I mean, but look at how much is coming off, or out the top. And it is illuminating out the side. It's a really cool effect. And I can see the iris, Eye of Sauron, right there. I'm going to turn off one more light for the sake of this demonstration, and we'll see if that makes any difference. If not, take my word for it. All right, here we go. There you go. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Let's see if I can. Whoops, sorry guys. And focus. Maybe too dark to focus. There we go. That is really cool. It's really unfortunate you get all that light bleed in the bottom right here. I'm wondering if there's some way if you could just put like a little layer of something. But that is really cool. I don't even think it would take a whole lot. See, just a couple minor adjustments, and you could really get a much better effect. I don't know. I'll play around with it and keep an eye out for a future video. Maybe I'll come up with something. Either way, very cool effect. Maybe certain angles there's a little less bleed. Yeah. Anyway, I could play around with this all night, take up the rest of you guys' time, but there you go. The palantir all lit up. Very cool. All right, lights back on. And we're going to switch this off very carefully. Awesome figure, guys. If you're thinking about it, pick up a Saruman. If you want this palantir base, it's a really, really cool accessory. Very substantial, very heavy, but looks phenomenal, and it's going to be go great with old Sharky here. So if you can't get it, or it's just not that important to you, that's fine. A slim version of Saruman would be great, and if these weren't available, I would definitely be rushing out to pick up a slim version before they sell out or start skyrocketing in price. Really cool figure. Very much worth it, guys. Thanks for watching. Comments, questions, concerns. Send me a message, drop me a line, whatever you can. Thanks for watching, and come back soon and see what else I got. Until then.